Jano shake ass. All right, guys. What we're doing, we're bringing back therapy with Jeno Mama. Okay, the last few times we ran this, it was meant to be a satire, funny segment, but then it got very, emotional and shit because people ask serious questions. So we will take it seriously. When it's funny, it'll be funny. If you guys want to hop on Discord and talk, we can talk in Discord. But this is a public segment. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel comfortable enough to come on Discord, of course, yes, I can play games afterwards. But pinned is the Google form. Ask me anything. I am not an expert. I am not a therapist. Okay, this is just to be a public forum for people to talk. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, and my advice is not. I'm not claiming to have the best advice. I'm just here because I'm 30 and I've lived many years and I've had many experiences. And maybe I have advice, or maybe someone in the chat has advice, but that doesn't mean I have the best advice. But hopefully, it's a safe place for people to express, or if you want to troll and ask stupid questions, that's welcome too, because shit could be funny. It should be funny too. You know what I'm saying? We are not starting until you take the glasses off. Is not happening. We're keeping the glasses on, gang. You know what I'm saying? All right. Y'all ready? Oh, wait. Let me start the YouTube. Let me start the YouTube. Let me start the YouTube. Yo, Cruz, what's up? What up, my boy? Outfit looks good. I appreciate you, but see, Cruz is appreciative, you know? Cruz is appreciative. Sparking the YouTube. Going live. Make sure you submit to the Google form. All right, make sure you submit to the Google form. You go swimming. I finished. I finished the swimming already. All right, let's press live on that, and we should be good to go. And YouTube is live. Beautiful. When are you gonna start? Right now. You should go live on TikTok too. All right, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it today. TikTok usually pisses me off, but let's do it today. No, we'll just try it on TikTok today. I don't get a lot of people on TikTok. I get most of my viewers from YouTube, but I just keep forgetting. For me, YouTube converts really well. Take off the glasses for this segment, bro. I will, but you know what I'm saying? Let me at least intro with it. I'm gonna start the YouTube video. You want to know, Yosuji? You want to know why I have these glasses on? Look at the first fucking question. What to do when the kundi is too big? All right, that's why I have the fucking glasses on. Who asked that shit? Who asked that shit? But nah, yeah, I'll take it off. Spark on TikTok, and let's get going. What to do when the kundi is too big is actually crazy. All right, okay, let's get started. YouTube, what's up? Today we are doing therapy with Jeno Mama. It's Jeno TV. All right, we got a bunch of people here in the chat. They have, come for my expert advice. You feel me? I am not a licensed therapist, but I am a genius. I've lived 30 years on this earth, and people think, I'm the guy that you got to come to talk about your problems. So we got a bunch of responses. We're going to go through this Google form. We're going to see what they're saying. And let's get started. Alright. Okay, I'll take off the glasses. Alright, I will take off the glasses. Hi YouTube, hi YouTube, hi YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Okay, hello YouTube. Yes, a lot of people say, yo, say hello YouTube. Hello YouTube. Finally, okay, W cap. Alright. Let's get started with the segment. Ooh, you know what? TikTok can't even see the questions, but that's okay. I can read it out for them. We got 48 responses already. That is crazy. Yo, you guys been active when it comes to Google Forms. Maybe I should have just done 20 Google Forms a day. All right. Do it question-wise? Yeah. Sincerely, KK416. I know someone's trolling with this. KK, I don't think you wrote this. You know I'm really struggling with deep depression right now. I was wondering if there was anything you could do for me so I can feel better, because I know that Genoshan has such a good life and everyone in your life loves you. I also went through a breakup with my girlfriend because she decided to go. And I don't do no combi business around here. I hope you can help me, Genoshan. Signed KK416. Alright, KK, I will not Diaz or Arush. Alright, okay. You know what? KK, I'm not gonna say this is your answer, but everyone who thinks that I have such a great life, I do have a great life, but that shit isn't easy, okay? Alright, I say I have a great life because I'm grateful for the things in my life, but we work hard, we go through struggles, we have problems, you know? There's a lot of things that come up that people don't know about, okay? My family, there are people that have health issues. You know, there's a lot you guys don't see that happens behind the scenes. You're seeing everything right now. Luckily, we're in like a good period. But there's a lot of stuff that's happened in the last 6 months, okay? So don't just automatically assume as everything is very easy. We all have struggles. You know what I'm saying? Alright, but KK, I don't think that was you. Alright, next. Oh, what's that? Okay, there we go. Yes, you should. Yes, when is KKMT Jano OnlyFans hot tub stream dropping? All right, continuing. I'm just gonna ignore this guy. You lock in the forms? No, it's not locked. It's not locked. All right, we'll keep it going until it feels like it's dying down. I love following my passion and creative mind, but most of the time it never works out, or something else comes in the way of me pursuing my passion. I am beginning to lose hope in my craft, but at the same time, I love doing what I do because my peers and people I work with encourage me, but I'm scared of letting them down. This one's very, very interesting. I can relate to this one so much. I actually had this thought. I think I had a conversation with Tage about this. Right? I think what becomes difficult when you're pursuing your passion, in my opinion, is when you attach goals and outcomes to it. Right? I felt the pressure of streaming so much more when I was like, I'm 30, I need to make it by, or I need to make it within a year. You know what I'm saying? Or else, like, what am I doing? Or when I felt like my viewership wasn't going up, or I felt like, I had an expectation of what was supposed to happen, and it didn't happen, or it wasn't happening as fast as I wanted. That's when I felt like I was becoming less passionate. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing, and this applies to anything. It doesn't even have to be with streaming. Like there's stuff that I've tried in the past, exact same feeling. Attaching an outcome and attaching results to something that you supposedly do because you are passionate about it and you enjoy doing it is never in my opinion. Yo, Suveta with the 5 gifted. Oh my god, Suveta, what's up? I didn't expect you to. Yo, Suveta, what's up? I appreciate the 5 gifted. Oh my god. W gifted Suveta. I appreciate you. Yes, so Suveta's actually was here last marathon. She's been following me for a while. I love these therapy sessions. Okay, awesome. I appreciate you. Yes, we try to, like, it's supposed to be serious, but it's also like there's also troll shit, but this one's a serious question. But I appreciate you. W gifted. I will do a little dance at the end of the segment. Well, yo, Karun, hop into the Twitch. Twitch.tv is channel TV. I'll definitely answer, but I did business. I did business. Okay. Let me see here. Da-na-na-na-na. My YouTube up? Yeah, my YouTube's up. Okay. So what I was saying was, whenever I attached outcomes to something that I'm supposedly doing because I find it fun and I'm passionate about it, it never worked out. I feel like you start putting pressure on yourself, you start doing worse, you stop enjoying it, and ultimately that aids in you not like succeeding in what you want to do, right? You're always going to have, I mean, there might be people that are supporting you, but that added pressure just doesn't work. And here's the thing, what I've learned too. When I hear someone say I'm scared of letting them down, for example, I'll be real with you guys, right? I had this thought over the last 2 weeks. I kept thinking, if I don't, all these people keep telling me, yo, Jano, I know you're going to get into Streamer U. I know you're going to get into Streamer U. I know you're going to get into Streamer U. I believe that I'm going to get into Streamer U, right? But there's over 100, 200, 300 people that have commented, posts, liked, DM me. And then what happens when I don't? If I don't, sorry, not when I don't. What the fuck am I saying? If I don't, right? I believe I will, but if I don't, then I'm like, how am I going to face these people? Now I'm going to have to deal with them telling me it's okay. Then I'm going to be like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. I feel like it's embarrassing, right? But is it really? Is it really? At the end of the day, these people are supporting you because they love you, right? The outcome doesn't matter. The outcome doesn't matter in that sense. They do it because they support you. And if you don't make it, their lives genuinely don't change. They're going to support you regardless. And so I guarantee those same people that are encouraging you, if you trip and fall, they're going to be there to pick you up. And if they're not your friends. And they're gonna tell you, like, for example, like Blade. I know, no matter what happens, you're gonna send me a motivational song to listen to because there's always a path forward. So don't worry about letting no one down. But yeah, I just think attaching outcomes and adding that pressure just doesn't help. If you're doing something because you're passionate about it, genuinely do it as if you would make no money from it. Do it because you'd make no money from it and that you just enjoy doing it. That's my opinion, but once again, I'm not an expert. That's just what I think. That is just what I think. And I genuinely, and I'm saying this from a place because obviously I work, so I don't need the money of streaming. If I was doing this full time, maybe I'd have a different opinion, but that's just how I feel. Okay. If anyone else has any thoughts, you guys feel free to chime in. I'll read them out in the chat. And if you guys want to hop on Discord, let me know. Okay? Any advice to stop Coyote? Put down the phone. All right? I don't even know how to answer this, gang. Do I even take this shit seriously? What a big jump from the last one. That's what I'm telling you. These sessions end up being this, bro. How do I stop Coyote? Chop your hand off, gang. Alright, moving on. I need therapy on relationships because mine is going downhill, it feels like. I need more context. Whoever submitted this, what made you take the glasses off? Because there's some serious questions. There's some serious questions and stuff. I need a little bit more context here because, one, you could think you could be an overthinker. You could feel like your relationship's going down when it actually isn't. I've experienced that. I overthink. Someone cheating on you. Do you feel like you're not being a good person in the relationship? Do you think the other person's not being a good relationship? I need more help. Yo, Pete Kirita, what's up? Jano, that's mine. Okay, Cruz, can you resubmit with some more context in the form? And I will definitely answer it. But I don't think this is... I need, like, more details. If that's okay. If you can resubmit with more details. Goat Ronaldo, yes. I proposed to my girlfriend and she said yes. I don't need advice. I just wanted to share. Ooh, okay. Let's give her a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? I actually know who this is. So this is actually a true story. All right, this is actually a true story. So W's. This actually happened today. W's. I will resubmit it for you. Okay. www. But yes, this is a true story. You know, I'm not gonna say who, but it did happen. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. How do you handle family pressure about marriage? All right. Yasina Duba, I appreciate the follow. Yes, Subeta, you're absolutely right. I was literally gonna say that. You ignore them. Fuck that shit. What the fuck? You absolutely ignore them. You absolutely ignore them. It feel like family pressure is not real pressure. Okay, actually, you know what? Let me take that back. It is real pressure because it feels like it. Because I know I experienced this. My mom constantly coming to me and telling me get married at some point when I was like 25, 26. It felt like it was pressure because I felt like I owed it to them, right? And you owe your parents. Well, at the end of the day, you were put on this earth to live for yourself, but you still should support your parents, take care of them, right? But at the end of the day, you were put on this earth to live for yourself. That is my opinion. That does not mean you don't take care of your parents. That does not mean you don't love them. That does not mean you do everything for them. But a decision like marriage is not something you do based out of pressure, gang. The last thing you want is you get married because they pressured you to the wrong person, you get a divorce. In traditional culture, what is more embarrassing? Your son or daughter being late to marriage or, having to go through multiple marriages? I'm not saying multiple marriages is wrong. I know many people that have. But at the end of the day, that is just additional hardship. So fuck it. Just tell them, or just nod your head and say okay and keep it moving, or just tell them no. Like this is not this like I if it was up to my parents, I would have got married at 27, 26. You know? If it was up to my parents, I would have married the first girl I met because they just said, "Oh, you have someone, okay, get married." But no, because I didn't listen, I am now in a happy loving marriage. So it feels like pressure. I'm telling you, it's not actually pressure. Unless of course there's like other things involved, like they won't support you, or like whatever it might be, or they say like they might not attend or whatever it is. It's all bullshit. Okay, I'm telling you, just live for yourself. Your parents will ultimately be fine. They'll be fine. Where's your therapist? This is Lee. I said a disclaimer. I said I'm not a licensed therapist. This is simply my opinion. We did a disclaimer. If you missed the disclaimer, that is too bad. I just keep doing this school. I just keep doing the school my parents role. Once you're done school, you need to get married. So I just keep doing schooling. Oh, that is fire. That's very smart. That's very smart. When my parents say you're getting old, get married, I tell them you're getting old and not dead yet, so you don't see me complain. God damn. KK, you are wild. I read it. Okay, Cruz. It'll come eventually, Cruz. It'll come. It'll come. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Once again, I'm not an expert. If you feel you have a better route or a better opinion, feel free to say it. You know what I'm saying? Sinaduba. Sorry, Sinaduba, I'm going to read yours, but it's also hard for me to read TikTok and Twitch at the same time. Let me look at it. You're welcome. Thank you. Too much pressure after spending so many years making sure we were single, no boyfriend or girlfriend. That is facts. That is facts. If you want to join the convo, I'm on Twitch, twitch.tv is channel TV. It's because I have one chat that I primarily read. Let me pin these on both my chats so people know. But yeah. Did someone just gift? Or am I tripping? Like another person? Damn. Okay. Oh no, it was the hype chest. It shut them up? Yeah, that is true. Alright, next. How do you balance Tamil traditions with your own goals? What does that mean? I gifted 1 mil subs to go back in the pool. What does this mean? Tamil traditions with your own goals. What are how do Tamil traditions block you from achieving your own goals? What were you doing before streaming? I was work. I mean, I'm not. I don't stream full time. I'm a tech consultant user, so I just started streaming. Tamil traditions and my own goals are pretty much aligned. Yeah, I don't understand the question entirely. I'm gonna need more context. If anyone's in the chat that submitted this, please resubmit because I'm trying to think. Like I don't, me personally, I don't see how Tamil traditions get in the way of what I'm doing. Maybe there's certain things that I do that traditionally Tamil people might look at it and be like, "What is he doing?" They might find it disrespectful. I don't. I never try to intentionally be disrespectful. Actually, no. What am I even saying? I don't do nothing like that. But I'm just trying to understand. Um, yeah, it's very. Yeah, it's just about being a good person, being successful at streaming. But I don't see how how this impacts it. You can very much live. No, but this is not even about me. I think this is about like, this is just advice in general. Like they're not asking this about me. In my, I think they're just about like asking this in general. And my question is like a counter. Like how do Tamil traditions like, oh, Tamil culture judges no matter what we do. That's what, okay, someone in yo Sinadua said that in the TikTok chat. Okay. Tamil culture judges no matter what we do. Um Once again, if that is the case, me personally, I have gotten this. There is I don't know, okay, the tradition word throws me off. But if you're talking about Tamil people generally judging what you do because it's not culturally appropriate or whatever it is, um, honestly, I just say fuck him. Because as long as you have a good moral compass and you're a good person, genuinely, like there's always going to be like there's things that my parents probably look at right now that I do, and they probably don't agree with 10 out of 10 things. They probably agree with 5, 6, 7, or 8 out of 10 things, right? That might be because they're traditional and they're Tamil. There's probably people that look at some of my TikToks and my Instagram posts, um, and people disagree with it. But at the end of the day, what I genuinely know that I have no harm. I mean no ill intent. It's either purely for entertainment, and I have a good moral compass. So fuck it, I don't care. I've had so many comments come from people around me, like older people around me, and you should not care. The only thing you need to care about is if you are being a better person than you were yesterday, and if you genuinely just are a good person. Then because they say no, we because they say no, but you don't need to listen to them. Yo, KK. Yo, KK, can you hop into the TikTok chat? There's some weirdos in here. The fuck? Are you the fuck? Who is gay? Okay. There are these streamers that do crazy ass stuff like, but even like Surya's not bad in the past. Like, you know those guys that are like, uh, like for example, all those public nuisance streamers, the ones that go out and like do like ridiculous shit to people in the public. I don't agree with it. Do I think they're all horrible people? Absolutely not. They might just be blinded by like clout or like viewership or whatever. But I genuinely could not do that. I just think it's wrong. Yeah, like Jack Doherty, exactly. That guy, but that guy's just a piece of shit. Dead ass. Everyone judges you no matter what you do, good or bad. If you gain weight, they will say you look so fat. If you lose weight, they will say, "Oh my god, what happened to you? You don't eat. You can't please everyone." Yeah, well, oh yeah, that's fat. But yeah, every I say this, every Tamil uncle or auntie that asks you if you gain weight, I'm telling you, 99% of them are fat. I'm just telling you. I'm being so dead ass. They're projecting, gang. They are projecting. Yo, Blade, I just made you a mod in TikTok too. I made you a mod in TikTok too. Alright. The aunties that told me to lose weight play soccer should wait like 300 lives. I'm telling you, gang. I'm telling you, bro. The aunties with big Bundy husbands. Yeah, because it's insecurity. What's the best way to tell strict parents about a life decision they won't like? Um, Listen, I think so. For example, when I told my parents about streaming, right, and you saw it the other day too. My mom, you guys asked my mom, and my mom is the most supportive person in the world, right? But she asked her, you guys asked her, would you prefer if Geno streamed or not? And she said, no, I would prefer if he didn't stream because then I know that he'd have less stress and he'd be more healthy and he wouldn't be more occupied with things and yada, yada, yada. But she still supports me. But so you can imagine how the conversation went when I was just like, yeah, I'm going to stream, right? Um, the best thing I could do is educate them on exactly like what it is and why it's okay and why I want to do it. You also always have to talk about why. I think it's difficult because like happiness is an angle, right? Yeah, they judges no matter what you do. Yeah, no, that's facts. They do judge no matter what you do. People do, Tamil people especially. Um, it's very hard because it takes years. Like what I if I told my parents this 5 years ago, they would have been less understanding, and then every year they become more and more understanding, and it's just a process of kind of drilling it into their mind. We have to. It's on us, especially for adults that are like parents that came in the last 20 years, to educate them about what's okay, what's changed in society, why people make the decisions they do, why people make certain choices and go certain routes. Not every parent, in my opinion, is like entirely modernist and has a complete understanding, but hopefully, and it takes many years of effort. They're open to learning and to changing their opinion. My parents, luckily, have. But when I told them, they obviously didn't like the decision that I was gonna stream because I already worked too hard or worked too many hours. But I just educated them on why, like, how I felt that I found what I was most passionate about. It took me years to, like, I was always saying, I want to do something to impact people. I want to build a community. I want to be around people. I just don't know how. And originally I wanted to be a singer. That's literally how I wanted to do it, but I can't sing um, that much. So I eventually found it. I'm like, oh shit, I love this. Um, and it's only because of that. They're like, you know what? Like, we know you're not going to give this up, that they were able to like be like, okay, we'll support, but we don't like that you're putting this much pressure on yourself. So at the end, try to educate them the best you can, but ultimately, if they don't like it, it's okay. It's the same thing with like the marriage thing. Screw it. Like, you live this life for yourself. Stop living for your parents. Just support your parents and take care of your parents. But stop living for your parents. I've seen so many people live for their parents, and it has never turned out okay because you just see your life pass by and then you have regrets. Take care of your parents, support your parents, be the best son or daughter you can be to your parents, but live for yourself. I want to take a gap and say, can I get a year to do it? But I'm scared to tell my parents. Just tell them. But before you tell them, don't don't make decisions on. But that doesn't mean you make decisions on the whim. Map it out. Map it out. Be truly prepared, and be truly prepared to sacrifice. Or if you just want to like do something to do, like if you just want to travel and stuff, take a gap year, of course. But genuinely take time to sit down and think about it. Because yo, me, I make emotional decisions. I still make, but I used to make so many emotional decisions, and I would not think them through. Um, I never really sat down and thought about something for more than 30 seconds. So any decision you choose to make in life, though, just try to think, please. Don't be like me. Yeah, to stream. So map it out. Genuinely feel like, what is my plan? What is my growth plan? How am I creative? How am I going to be different? How am I going to? How do I plan to grow as a streamer over this next year? Um, and really, really think about it before you make that. Absolutely, JV. I totally agree. I totally agree. You are not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all. You're 100% right. I do think my parents are more lenient because of that. I think the only struggle that really I have is I already work 12 to 14 hours, and I would come home every day, and there was this constant thing of like, I'm either too tired, I don't have time to spend with anyone, um, and so how am I going to add streaming on top of that? But that being said, I totally agree. Someone who doesn't have a career yet and jumping into something is totally different. I very much agree. But I wouldn't change my answer in terms of whether you should pursue it or not. I wouldn't change my answer. Um, if but the thing is, like, people, like, are you truly passionate about something, right? And I don't know the answer to that. How do you know you're truly passionate about something? Like, I would tell everyone to pursue their dreams, but like 99% of people are like just do it on a whim, and then they don't actually try, or they don't actually enjoy what they're doing. They just have an idea and they're like, oh shit, I want to do this. So I don't know what the answer is, but I do agree that it was definitely easier for me because I'm older and I have a career, and it's a much more difficult decision to make when you don't. When did you first start having an interest in streaming social media? I had an interest in social media like from the start. I'd say like 10 years ago. I was just too scared. I actually made a bunch of videos, a bunch of podcasts. I would record stuff over the last 5 years. I watched YouTubers growing up. I watched streamers every day. I'd watch streamers like 6 hours a day, gang. It was my TV. Streaming was what was my TV. Um, and I always wanted to. I was just too scared because I was worried about being cringe, people judging me, um, people just thinking like me posting something and then looking at it and being like, "Yo, people talking shit," and they did talk shit. People did talk shit. Yo, people thought I was mental when I started, gang. Someone messaged my boy and be like, "Yo, is Jano like did something happen to Jano? Is he okay?" They'd shut the fuck up. Um, it's hard when you're old, but easy when you're young. It's different challenges. Like when you're younger, you can pick up and start a passion because you don't have as many commitments. But it's harder to get your parents to come around, of course, because like they want you to have financial stability. They want you to have um they want to make sure you're healthy, you're safe, and you have a future. So that's the hardship that comes there. The opposite is if you start post marriage, post like you're progressing in your career, or like me, like okay, or like someone that has kids. The hardship comes, okay, you might have financial stability, you might have, um, but you have less time. You have people that rely on you. You have other commitments. So then balance becomes the hardest issue. So it goes both ways, right? It's not easy either way. Like for me, the hardest conversation isn't my parent. The hardest conversation is my wife because it's like we got married. Yeah, you get married to someone, then you tell them I have even less time to spend with you, right? So it's all different challenges. It's all different challenges. Arush, I am not fucking answering that game. Same. I also wanted to be a singer before I found my true passion. That's dope, man. True passion, something you can do for free for the rest of your life. That is absolutely fact. I'm 19 right now, but I'm struggling in college, and they know it also, but also know about the streaming too. Um, Here's the thing. I think rather than it's a hard decision to make, but I feel like you need to. If I were to make a decision to drop out of college to go into streaming, I would need to know that I've developed my craft enough, and to know that I'm going to be successful, and that would take a lot of planning, a lot of practice. X, Y, Z. I wouldn't just do it on a whim. So if you feel like you're ready for that, that's up to you. Um, Top tips for anyone who's getting into adulthood. That's a new one. I actually don't know. Top tips for anyone getting into adulthood. Um, I would say this is just from my personal experience. Don't chase trying to be someone that you're not. I think between 16 to 21, I was trying to fit in a lot, so I made a lot of poor decisions. Um, I did a lot of things that ultimately contributed to me starting this entire and finding my passion late. Actually, this is like 16 to 25. Trying to like impress people, doing things so that people would think I'm cool, doing things so that people would feel like, oh, you know what, I want to be around Jano, or Jano's cool, or gravitate towards me. Um, I started to find that when I didn't do that, like I think I met some people and they just naturally gravitated towards me without me feeling like I had to do something for them, to make them like me. Is when I realized, let me just be myself, right? So going into adulthood, there's going to be a lot of change. Um, this is just from like a friendship relationship standpoint. I just think be yourself, follow what you think is right, and the right people will be around you, and you'll be able to navigate what's good. But never chase something for the wrong reasons. But there's so many things with adulthood. Like you can go like the financial route. You can go like schooling route. Like that's so much. If you're required to pay you, yeah. What I will say is that I want to do this. Like I totally agree. I can do this without making a single dollar. That being said, if I want to quit my job, I do need to make money from this. Did Tage know you had the vision of streaming when you started? No, absolutely not. She did not know at all. Um, she just knew that I had a passion for impacting people or doing something. She had no idea. Um, but the reason why she was okay is because I was always consistent. I always said like I think I told the story, like I go to an Ed Sheeran concert and I wouldn't even watch Ed Sheeran. I'd look at how people resonated to how he was singing in his voice and then saw the impact he was making and I was like, I want to do something like this, but obviously I can't sing. What is it? And I would have that same reaction in so many ways and I would always talk to her about it. I was just like, I don't know what to do though. And in the back of my mind, I wanted to stream, but I was just too scared. So when I said it, she's like, I'm not surprised because you always had this idea. We just didn't know how it would manifest. So she didn't know it was streaming, but she knew I wanted to do something. Yo, Sanjay, what's up? You need like one rose a day to do this full time. I'm on Twitch, gang. Mr. Shicey. I feel like you start to appreciate. I feel like you start to appreciate time when you get older and don't take things for granted. Time has to be the most valuable thing in the world because you can never get it back. That is so true. I'm appreciating time more and more with this marathon. I was telling Tage the other day, I was like, bro, I used to like structure everything around streaming and be like, I can't do this because I'm going to stream. I can't do this because I'm going to stream. And I wouldn't feel regret as much. And now that I can't do all the things I want to do, like I'm missing so many events, I'm like, bro, like I truly appreciate and I'm grateful for like all the things I have in my life because I'm like, I'm technically losing them right, not losing them, but I'm missing them right now. And I'm like, oh my God, you know? What did you give up? Um, Sleep less. I used to sleep 7, 8 hours. I sleep 5 to 6. Um, I used to gym 4 to 5. I know I haven't gym now, okay, so don't get on me. But this marathon is an anomaly. I'm just talking a regular streaming schedule. I would go to the gym 5 times a week. I go 2 to 3 times. Um, I would hang out with my wife maybe 4 hours a day. Now then it went down to 1 to 2, which is not good. I need to do better. Um, I would go out with my boys Friday and Saturday consistently. Now I go maybe one. I go out with them maybe once every 2 weeks. I used to drink every weekend, which is not good. Now I drink maybe once every 2 months, once a month. But none of these sacrifices felt difficult except the ones with my wife. Um, and like hanging out less and like thing because I don't skip like family parties and stuff like that. Like I still go to the main events. And boys are super understanding. The hardest ones were like my wife. If I had to miss a family event, actually I never did. And like the working out part, just because I like feeling healthy. Yeah. I can check it out after I'm done streaming. What the hell did you do, brother? We're married. We can just sit on a couch. I don't mean like we have an event every day for 4 hours. When you're married with someone, you can just sit on a couch and watch TV. I can't even do that. Man said, "What do you do for sit on the couch and rot away?" You're taking it too literally, gang. Um, how you doing, Pickles? What's up? Pickled Goth, what's up? How you doing? All right, next question. How do you deal with family comparisons? There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Your girlfriend broke up with you because of streaming, then I mean, that's perfectly fine. That I know that sucks, but ultimately, like, do you want to stream? I know that sucks, but do you want to stream? Okay, so then she isn't the right person for you. It's simple. It sounds simple. Yeah, I know it's not simple. I know it's very difficult. But at the end of the day, when you have a passion, the right person will either gravitate towards you eventually, or you make a choice. Do you want streaming or do you want to pursue a relationship? Right? In my opinion, especially at your age, Sanjay, pursue what you're passionate in. The right person will come to you eventually. There's no timeline. You're too young. You're too young. She's not wrong. You're not wrong. I think it's fair either way. That's my opinion. All right. How do you deal with family comparisons? Before I get a new one, yeah, absolutely, and I think that's the right thing to do. Don't search for it. If it happens, it'll come naturally. And but be open though, because you might find the right person while you're pursuing your passion. Family comparisons. It's kind of the same route. Like there's always going to be comparisons. You know, someone might do better at school. Someone might better at sports. Someone might do X, Y, Z better than you. You just got to tune it out, honestly. Um, I personally, whenever dealing with family comparisons, it would affect me a lot, especially as a child, because in that moment it feels like everything, and you feel like people are judging you, or they are judging you, your family's judging you. At the end of the day, everyone has their own timeline to what they're supposed to achieve. They have their own path that's written on this earth. Um, you just keep following what you feel is your path. Nothing else matters. So if someone comes and tells you XYZ person is better than you, just know, you know what? I know what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm doing my best at what I'm doing, and that's enough for me. Ignore them, especially people that are making those comparisons. They're not worth the time or the opinion. Even if that's your parents, you can appreciate them in all other ways, but when it comes to that, hell no. They say like this for yeah, families like this don't change their ways, and I totally understand that. Like I know what I'm saying is black and white. Like I could say like it took me 5 years and my parents slowly became more understanding. I also know that there's parents that will never be understanding, right? And at that point, like you just try, like you did your part. At the end of the day, I honestly like it all comes down to just believing in yourself that you truly are doing the best that you can do, and you're trying to be the best person that you can be. It genuinely, when you do that and you're not low key fucking around and being a bad person, you will feel so much better. I have so much less regret when it comes to things, and I feel way less impact from other people's words when I feel like I did my best or I'm doing the right thing. But when I know that I'm taking shortcuts, or if I'm doing something that has ill intent, there's so much more guilt, or I feel so much more anger towards people that might make these comments, because low key they might be a little right, because I genuinely probably am not being a good person, or I'm doing something wrong or bad. I don't know. Comparison is the cheap thief of joy. Facts. I'm not the brightest out of, yeah, but brightest out of your whole family is also a definition that you're putting, right? I'm not smarter than my older brother. He is way smarter than me. But there are things that I will find that I could do that he probably can't do. And that is just my strength or my path. But intellectually, that man is way smarter than you. You guys saw it. That man knows so many fucking things. I don't even know how to open a can, gang. Like, come on. But there's things that I do well. Yo, Bono, what's up? One person in my local community married a white person, and then a lot of people started dating married people from other places. Yeah, yeah, it does take barrier. It does take someone to break a barrier for things to happen sometimes. One sec. Checking if my parents messaged me. It really sucks that people have to deal with this in their own homes. If your parents are type to never understand anything and just constantly belittle you, you just simply have to avoid them, because at one point, do you prioritize taking care of yourself? This stuff is mentally draining. You got to protect your peace. Yeah, absolutely. You have to prioritize yourself and protect your peace. That is 1,000,000,000% a fact. 1,000,000,000% a fact. Next question. Next question. How do you set boundaries with relatives without causing trauma? This one's interesting. Actually, set boundaries with relatives without causing drama. Um, hmm. This is very very interesting, because at the end of the day, if a relative wants to cause drama, they're gonna cause drama. How I've seen people navigate this, I myself am such a pussy. Okay, I'm gonna be so honest. My wife does this for me. My wife does this for me. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm such a pussy. I'm so non-confrontational. Sage is not. How I see her navigate this is, yes, she either walks away or she says what she says in like the most, like, you're not telling them the truth, but I mean, you're not like telling them fuck off, but you're telling them fuck off. So genuinely, you can't control it. Like, you just set your boundary. Just be like, I would really appreciate if I didn't have to do that, or I would really appreciate if we don't do that. You could try to like nicen it up, but at the end of the day, if they're not gonna understand, they're not gonna understand. Just set your boundary. For me, I just ignore it or I walk away. It's not healthy, I know. Um, but yeah, I totally think you can. I totally think you can, but I'm not the best person for this. I'm such a pussy. What Tage does is so well. She literally just sarcastically says, "Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea," and then like just ends the convo, or says like, "Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and I think you should figure out how you're gonna accommodate yourself and what you have going on." That's literally what she says, and I'm there like, "Oh my god."
Cruise66 just redeemed text to speech. Yeah, just wanna hear what I got my dad for Father's Day besides the hot sauce set.
Cruz, absolutely, but can you keep it up TTS, because we're in the segment right now. But absolutely,
hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Cruz. Timing, Cruz. But then they talk a shit about you with other relatives. But honestly, like, what I've also learned about that is like, that happens. But my cousins who like are also not like, let's just say there's aunties and uncles that are psycho, and there's the ones that are not. The ones that are not will understand your point. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. General Mama, I walked in on my girl getting back shots from another guy. What do I do? In this situation, I think you start giving him back shots. Yep. I think you should start giving him back shots. All right, next one. I have an issue with explosive loose motion. Every time I be with my girl, we get freaky. I have to blow up the toilet. What can I do to save my love life from loose motion? All right, buddy. Assert dominance. Go take a shit. If she fucks with you, she will be happy. She will be fine. Literally, go take a shit. I'm telling you, yes. Blade is absolutely right. Assert dominance. Go take a shit. Come back. Now I'm saying, I'm a serial coyote. Chop off your arm. I already said this shit. Why you keep asking me this shit? Either chop off your arm. All right, you feel me? Break your phone. You feel me? Or what else? What else can you do here? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's good. I've been cheating on my girlfriend for 4 years. I have no idea what to do. I met this girl at the club who was all over me, and I decided to entertain it. It ended up going too far, and I've been linking her low key, and recently found out she's my girl's cousin. What the fuck? I don't know if I believe this shit, but they aren't really close. Should I keep linking her or just cut it off? I think you should cut your girl off and cut her off, and work on yourself, gang. All right, cut your girl off, cut the girl off, and keep work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because there's deeper shit you got to figure out here. Get a therapist. You know what I'm saying? This sounds like a Reddit thread. Yeah, facts. I think I recommend getting a therapist, an actual therapist, not Geno Mama. You feel me? I got to set him on. You know what I'm saying? I got to set him on and shit. I think you need to, Geno. I need to remember time and place. W Cruz. Cut your dick off too. That's crazy. You are redeemable, but you should be single and work on yourself. I have a serious problem and I don't know what to do. This girl wants to go out with me, but I don't know what to say. I'm too awkward. How can I be less awkward? Well, first of all, you know the girl wants to go out with you. So the only word you need to say is yes. The fuck? Gang. What the fuck kind of question is this? She literally wants to go out with you. I don't know what to say. Just say yes. What the fuck? You know what? Text her yes. Brother, and if you think you're awkward and she wants to go out with you, I guarantee that she already knows you're awkward and she's fine with it. Okay? If you believe that you're awkward and she still wants to go with you, she already knows it's fine. Just be awkward. It's okay. Alright? Just be awkward. Be yourself. Jano, how do I explain to my family that watching Twitch is networking? I assume you're a streamer. Is that what you mean? I better not get sick from this pool game. Watching Twitch is networking. I mean, as a streamer, if they, like, because if you're not a streamer, then are you trying to get to know the streamer? Because if you're a streamer, then I assume that your parents know that you're streaming. So just explain it to them in terms of like a regular job. Like, if I want to go get a new client, you know, I'm in sales. I gotta go talk to them. I gotta network, and then I might get a new sale. If I am trying to get a new job, I gotta go to a conference. I gotta go somewhere, talk to them, get their number, get their contact information, get a new job. Same thing with Twitch. I want to expand the people that watch me. I want to get more viewership and eyes on my channel. I watch other streamers. I support them, and then I get to collaborate with them. Same shit, right? Just frame it in terms of actual work because it is actual work. My life peaked when Jano read my message. What now? Submit another one. I'll read it again. Song Wars ruins my friendship. Was it worth it? I feel like we're getting into the AI thing. But if Song Wars ruins your friendship, you don't got real friends, gang. How do I become a top streamer without streaming? Yeah. Okay. My barber gave me the Jano haircut. What are my legal options? You sound like you don't want to be sexy. Feel me? You sound like you want to be chopped. If you're trying, you sound like you want to be chopped, gang. If your barber gave you the Jano haircut, your only option is to go to your barber and fucking give him a mutto. Feel me? And tell him, thank you for saving my life. Can I admit this was me? Alright, KK, your barber saved your life. Jano, how do I eat a mutton patty in under 45 minutes? My stream crashed when I was winning an argument. How do I cover it? This is AI. It's gotta be AI. AI. Alright, is this AI? My mods laugh at me. Oh, the patty was you. That wasn't AI, yeah. My mods laugh at me more than with me. Should I be concerned? Absolutely not, because my mods do the same fucking thing. Yo. But remember that photographer said that I was funny? So some people do actually laugh at me because I'm funny and shit. But yo, it's okay. Self-deprecation is a form of comedy. You know? And maybe you're goofy and it's, you know? Maybe you're goofy and that's funny. It's okay. I've come to grow, you know, and love it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Keep pushing. Just to react to them, even if it is AI. But I can't get a genuine clip out if I know it's AI. So I'm not going to get clips. Because I could tell it's AI. So I'm not, I don't want to fake my reaction. You guys know I suck at acting. My viewer count doubled when I left the room. What does this mean? Do a chair stream. Harry will be there and clone himself 100 times. Dead ass. That guy. That guy's fucked. How many mutton patties? Too many mutton patties. 50. I accidentally ate my roommate's last mutton patty. How many jails am I facing, brother? I will throw a fucking mutton patty at you if I see another fucking question about this shit. My mom caught me eating after saying I wasn't hungry. Is this relationship? Should I tell them after? What? Okay. Alright. Who the fuck submitted these? Okay, here we go. This is a great one. My girlfriend says I'm addicted to It's Channel TV. How do I tell her? She's interrupting my stream schedule. Feel me? Whoever you are, I suggest that you join my stream and you hit the follow button. Maybe even subscribe. This is peak entertainment. You know, your life is missing some Jano. And if you start watching Jano, you'll understand why. You know what I'm saying? This guy stops when it's lazy. Feel me? But yeah, you'll just tell you honestly, if she feels like you shouldn't watch Jano TV, break up with her. She's stupid as hell. Is 6 inches too small? Absolutely not, King. Fuck no, I'd rather eat my own caca. Alright. Shut your bitch ass up, you are not a therapist. Alright. Alright, I never said I was gay. You need a therapist. You are absolutely right. That is why I have one. You know what I'm saying? Guys, it is healthy to have a therapist. Okay? I don't talk to mine as much, but when I was going through stuff, I had a therapist. I used to speak to her once a week, or 2 times a week if I needed, you know, in my early 20s, mid-20s when I was dealing with anxiety, OCD, relationship stuff. Now, it might be twice a year, but it's still healthy to always have one. Therapy is healthy. Stop letting people tell you it's for bitches. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym. The gym is the best. The gym is literally the best, but therapy is also incredible. Tage the therapist. No, not Tage, but she is also an incredible. She also gives great advice. All right. Next question. And guys, the Google form is pinned, so if you want to ask anything, go ahead right here. It is pinned and feel free. You know what I'm saying? I usually do actually have I've only done this one with Tage. Once with Tage, sorry. Okay. I've been having a real hard time with life lately, struggling with my career, eating too much food, too much kayari, if I'm being honest. Just haven't felt like the real me in a long time, and I think I need to change something in my life. Have you ever felt like this? Absolutely. Absolutely. Minus the kayari part. Absolutely. No, I think this is actually might be a real question. I think they just added the kayari because they're maybe they were shy or embarrassed to like type this out. I don't know. But I absolutely have. I feel like everyone in life goes through these situations or these experiences. You think it's Theas? I think the first step is, and I said this about someone else too, right? If you recognize this is happening, you've already done the hardest part. The hardest part is recognizing that you're experiencing something and that it's not okay. You've already broken down the door, because after recognition, all you got to do is take action. And I get that's hard, but if you realize you're in a rut, you can do this. So pick yourself up, be proud of yourself that you understand that you are dealing with something and you have a problem. And take baby steps. You don't got to solve it in one night. Struggling with your career, start questioning why. Start identifying things that you're doing that could be impacting it. You're eating too much food. Try eating one less mutton patty. Try having one less, reducing your portions just by 5%. Like, it does not need to happen overnight. Baby steps, and you will get there, in my opinion. What to do when the kundi is too big, gang? Be more skilled. Be more skilled. Practice, gang. I've been dating this girl for 3 years, but I haven't told my parents about her. You think it's harder to quit than to recognize the issue? Ooh, you know what? I don't disagree with that, actually, now that I think about it. That is true. That is... Here, this is the angle that I was taking with this. I Hmm. You know what? You're right. I was referring to something, a question that I got 3 months ago, and that's the reason why I said it. There was someone that submitted something and said like, I recognize that I'm being a bad person to people, and I want to change. Someone submitted that, and then I was just super proud that someone in my chat was able to recognize that and took accountability. And I was like, that was the hardest thing, right? Um, and maybe it is quitting, but that's the reason why I kind of said this, because I feel like when you're addicted to something, um, recognizing that you're addicted to it is so difficult. Like, for example, if I'm an alcoholic, I might tell every single person that I know that I'm not an alcoholic. But yeah, but quitting could be definitely could be harder. So you're right. You're right. It could be either or. I've been dating this girl for 3 years, but haven't told my parents about her. I'm just not sure if she's the one yet. Like, everything's great, but something deep down inside me is telling me to rethink it. I think it's because she gained a lot of weight in our relationship and I don't find her attractive anymore. I listen, buddy. I'm not saying, this one's hard. This one's hard. If something deep down inside you is telling you that there's something wrong, there's most likely something wrong. That being said, I think there genuinely are cases where people are just overthinkers, and they have cold feet and they ruin something that is great. That being said, I'd say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, if you feel deep down, especially with me, I've experienced this before too. If you feel like there's something wrong, there probably is something wrong, and you're probably with the wrong person. That being said, if she gained a lot of weight in your relationship and you don't find her attractive anymore, I think if you've been with someone for 3 years and you're past that phase of like the initial attraction, um, you should genuinely love her. That being said, like, if you're talking like 900 pounds, I think anyone would think that's unhealthy, and that I don't even know. I don't know how to answer this, but yeah, it is a lot deeper than her weight for sure. Absolutely diabolical. Yes, I think if someone gains a lot of weight, rather than you worrying about the attraction part, it should be the health part. That's for me. Like, if I gained 500 pounds, I think Tage should be more worried about me collapsing and not being here in GTA than how I look at that point. But if you genuinely love someone, at some point you stop, like, they start looking good to you no matter what. And I've always experienced that. I've always experienced that. That's just my opinion. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That being said, if you feel like something's wrong inside, there's probably is something wrong, and you're probably with the wrong person. But there are cases when you could just be having cold feet. I could sue too much. Me too, gang. I have no solution. If I had one, I would have figured it out by now. I wake up and shit. Me too, gang. I don't know. I don't think it's normal. Are these people just trying to explain my life? What the fuck? I'm so confused. I had a boy who snaked me, and so I snaked him back, and now we snake each other. How do I make this stop? I'm always the bigger person. If he snaked you and you snaked him back, how are you still snaking each other? That means you guys are still trying to be friends. Just stop being friends, gang. What the fuck? What kind of... Sorry. Let me chill out. Let me chill out. If you guys are still snaking each other, how is that even possible? If he snaked you, walk away. If you snaked him, he should walk away. You guys sound like you're a couple, gang. How do you keep snaking each other? Just stop being friends. You are not the bigger person because you snaked them back. If you were the bigger person, you wouldn't have snaked them back. You would have just walked away and did a friendship. You are not the bigger person either. They just went first. So first recognize that. You stupid as hell too, gang. Stop being friends. Holy shit. Who says I snaked him back and then I'm the bigger person? What the fuck? They're trying to get the last laugh before they cut each other off. Yeah, that's... I get it. I totally get it. That is ego. I'm not gonna lie. That's something... I wouldn't keep snaking someone, but I can relate to getting the last laugh. I can relate to wanting to get the last laugh. It's so hard to walk away when you feel like you don't get the last laugh. I feel like it's a lot easier now, though. I can admit when I'm wrong, and just take the L anytime now. But when I was younger, oh my god, that shit was so hard. What is snaking? Doing someone wrong. Doing someone dirty or doing someone wrong. Okay, next. I received my grades for my finals, and I haven't gotten the necessary marks to pass. I was so close to passing, but somehow didn't end up making the cut. I'm so scared of telling my parents and I have no idea how to go on. Shit, my bad, sorry. When you say grades for finals, so you mean like pass, like just like pass to graduate? My parents have no idea how to go on with life knowing this information and the fact that I have to tell them at some point. You can try to appeal your final grade before you tell your parents. Yes, you can try to appeal. This is tough. This is tough. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to tell your parents. The sooner the better. At first, like I don't even know what is the solution to this other than you got to tell them the truth. They're gonna possibly most likely be disappointed. There's consequences to everything that happens. No one's saying you're bad for doing poorly. You may not have tried your best, but this is just part of life. Yeah, but they will get it. Yeah, exactly, Sabeta. They will get over it. Your parents are not gonna kill you in GTA. They are not. They'll scream at you. They'll yell at you. They'll tell you. They might tell you a bunch of fucked up things, but at the end of the day, they brought you onto this earth, and they will get over it. And if they don't, then they're not being good parents. And hopefully, you have other people that can be your support system, or you can come here and talk to us. But yes, humans make mistakes. I totally agree. It's perfectly fine. I've done very poorly in a lot of things in my life, including school. 3-minute ad holy. Yo, so basically what happened is I turned off my pre-roll ads because there were no new people coming in, but I don't want anyone that's participating to experience an advertisement. JB, you have been participating here, so here's a sub. All right. Thank you for letting me know. So now you should not get an ad. I'm not trying to have ads for money. I'm just trying to not have a pre-roll ad so that new viewers can come in. So that's all it is. So refresh your screen. You should not have a sub. I mean, you should have a sub now. You shouldn't get an ad. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who's active in my chat, if I ever have 2 little subscribers, I will gift you a sub. That is never a problem for me. Because I don't want people to not watch because of ads. I'm just trying to get no pre-roll ads, so new viewers can come into the stream. That's all. JV, refresh. All right. Refresh, my dog. But yeah, we'll wait 45 seconds for the ad to end. But the thing with the 3... No, it doesn't help me at this point. I'm too small. I think you should I'll ask MT about it. It doesn't really help me because I make maybe 0.001 cents. I'm too small of a streamer to make money off ads. I'm just trying to have it so that new viewers don't get ads when they come into the stream, and it said this was the only way. That being said, there's probably something better I can do. I'll talk to people about it tomorrow. Yeah, it's literally pennies. But I'll ask MT about it tomorrow. Subeta, thank you for the Prime Subski. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Damn, Subeta, you've gifted you've subbed and you gifted 5 subs. Damn. Oh, you were probably in an ad too. God damn. You were probably in an ad too. My bad. But yes, guys, I do not, at this side, until you hit like 100+ viewers, you're not making more than 10 cents a week or a month off ads. So ads don't help me. I'm just trying to get new viewers to come in. Because what was happening before is someone would click my stream and then they would get a 1-minute ad. But then they'd get no ads. But as a new viewer, why am I going to want to sit through a 1-minute ad for a guy I don't know? what I'm saying? That's all. Okay. Alright, continuing. Advice on not committing a crime. Don't do it, gay. Me and my amma have a weird relationship. We fight a lot, but we love each other a lot. I feel like it's not my friend's relationship with their parents. Well, what I'll tell you first is what you see your friends and your parents display in front of you most likely is not reality. Most likely is not reality. I promise you, when my friends are coming over, my mom and me are not fighting. Especially, like, yo, we're trying to give the best presentation ever. We're trying to have the best food. We're trying to show that we're such a loving family. We are not trying to give no bad impressions to no one, gang. What you see is probably not reality. That being said, it is okay. Did you go to Union Canada? Yes. Yes, I did go to Union Canada. Okay, so that's first. Whatever you see is not reality. What you guys see on the stream is also not reality. Okay? What you guys think I have, think I do, think I experience, you're probably 99% chance you're wrong. Okay? So first, stop thinking about that. I'm assuming you know. You don't know. Okay? The entire family turns into an Indian cereal. Facts. Super facts, bro. Super facts. Super facts. Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled, guys. Okay? That's number one. Number two, right? You fighting with your parents and still loving each other is a lot more common than you think, right? You likely fight a lot because you have disagreements, and maybe your mom thinks you should do things a certain way. Maybe you feel like it's unfair. Like I don't know, I don't necessarily know what the advice is here because I have had this relationship with my mom and my dad, especially my dad. We fought a lot, but I always loved him, and I still love him. And as we grew, what I've learned is that regardless of whether I disagree with my dad or not, we fight a lot less, or I fight a lot less with him now, just because I'm just appreciative and understanding of that like it's okay for there to be a difference of opinions in how we should live our lives and how we should do things, and to worry less about the disagreement part and to express love a lot more. I didn't hug my parents for like 25 years, gang. Okay, actually, you know what? After I hit puberty, for like 10 years, just because I thought it was like cringe or like weird or like I was just like, why am I hugging my parents? And then I realized at some point, actually, it's with Tage because when I got introduced to Tage family, bro, they're so physically affectionate with each other. Like they hug each other all the time. They're like cousins, like cuddle with each other, and like it's like really cute and stuff. Like the parents and uncles and families, like they're just very like affectionate with each other, and it's very cute. And then she was always like, "Why don't you hug your parents?" And I'm like, "I don't know, it's weird." But now I hug my parents every single time I see them. I also started dapping my brother. I never dapping my brother. I think I've hugged my brother now. Like, so like you start. So I'd say focus less on like the disagreement part and just like start. If you love your parents, start showing that love a lot more, and the other part will get a lot easier. Yeah, in Tamil households, Appa and Amma, and like Mahin. Oh, sorry, Appa and Mahin always butt heads. Yeah, after marriage, you start to miss some more facts. Yeah, I just if you love each other, focus on the love part a lot more, and you'll start not caring to fight as much. I don't know. It's a little tough to answer, but yeah. One of your mods is too comfy. I can't handle it. My mods is too comfy. I have a mod. Like my mod. Okay, well maybe it's Volk, but Volk does it in like punches. Like he'll never type. He'll disappear for 45 minutes and then come say one joke. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't do it like spam. KK is only with me. He only glazes me or like and stuff. And then Blade isn't as much. And then I think the rest of my mods are like not as active anymore. Like Kritika doesn't really hop in. DS is not a mod though. DS is not a mod. Interrupter, he's here. He's a mod, but he isn't as active because he's dealing with his own stuff, and he streams too. Baba is Baba. So yeah, I don't really know who you're talking about. Maybe Volk does drop comfy jokes, but he does it in spurts. But Volk is actually genuinely a really, really good supporter and really good guy. I love him. Yeah, this is probably Diaz trying to be himself. Like, maybe someone thinks this is Diaz. I just know once you become a parent, you will really understand how much your parents did for you and how much love they had for you. I think at that point, the fighting with parents just completely stops. Yeah, that is very true. I don't know if the fighting with parents stopped though. I still see people fighting, but now it's more because you're tired because you have a kid, and so when your parents complain to you about how you're raising your kid, or the fact that they're treating you like a kid when you're trying to raise a kid, I see people butting heads, but it's not like it's a different type of fighting. It's a different type of fighting. How do you handle constipation? Drink some coffee, get a laxative. I don't know, gang. TMI, but my boy and his dad used to fight, and things got so bad. His dad, oof. I've heard a similar story. I have heard a similar story. At that point though, like, what are you supposed to do? Like that, just I'd leave the house. I would leave the house, or if maybe you can't leave the house because your mom is there. Um, I'd get my dad out the house at that point. He says it's normal. Yeah, I'm not talking about it specifically. It's definitely not normal. I'm not going to specifically talk about it, but that's definitely not normal. And at that point, brother, I'm protecting the rest of my family. So I'm going to make decisions based on that. Yeah. What the hell does that sound? Sorry, guys, one sec. Oh. My phone is telling me to sleep more. I'm not getting enough sleep. If you were forced to eat one color of food for the entire month, what color palette are you choosing? Okay, this is not a advice question, but what color palette? One color of food? Red. Red. Getting Manchurian fried rice, chili chicken, you feel me? Deviled chicken, deviled beef, anything with red chili peppers coated on top of it. You know what I'm saying? I think red. Pasta, but it says color. It says color. So you gotta pick a color. Are you going white so you can have Alfredo? Because I would do that too. Then I'd have white chicken, white rice. You know what I'm saying? You can get like a pizza. Pizza could be white too. I've seen white pizzas. Yeah, but I'm gonna go red because I like my I like my I love my Hakka food, and so much Hakka food's red. And there's a lot of dishes that are red. Red for tomato pasta sauce. Okay. Jana would pick red spicy daddy. You know what? I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm saying red pesto vodka. Okay. Yo, guys, we're getting towards 57. Towards the end. We have been doing this for, I'd say, an hour 20 minutes. But I am happy to continue. So if you want to submit any more, go to the Google form and submit any questions you have. Once again, we're here to talk, discuss. Maybe you don't get the best advice, but at least you open up, and that's a win. Or you can say something funny. It's fine. Okay, how do you handle a sexual addiction and a gambling addiction? I would. So here, how do I approach this? I'll say this: I have had in my this one's tough, but very important for the current youth. Yeah. So for me personally, there was a time in my life where I used to trade a lot. So I would trade a lot of stocks. But my personality, like I said, I made very rash decisions. So I would make emotional decisions. You cannot be an emotional trader, just like you can't be an emotional gambler. I haven't dealt with sexual addiction, but they're both addictions. And so it took me losing a lot and going to the rock bottom for me to realize I can't do it anymore. But ultimately, you want to stop. You don't want to get there before you realize like you just have no other route, right? You don't want to get to the rock bottom. You don't want to get to rock bottom. Once again, I'm a huge advocate for therapy, and I'm a huge advocate for people around me. One, because at like one, you need to tell, like, okay, so this is how, like, the people around you need to make you aware. If you're not aware but you are aware in the situation that you have a problem, you need to, like, for me personally, if I have a gambling addiction, I am having people literally cut my accounts because I can't do it myself, right? I am going to therapy because a licensed professional is the correct way for me to get help, um, to understand, like, to make the decisions that I can do that'll help me. Same thing with the sexual addiction. Um, and I'm occupying myself with things that are healthy for me, like going to the gym and whatnot. I know these are sound very basic, but literally, I have dealt with addiction. You can say stock trading is gambling. I have dealt with anxiety, OCD, and therapy, and the gym is literally what had got me through everything, and support from my family and friends. Um, it's never embarrassing to tell people that you have a problem. It's never too embarrassing to find support in someone, that ultimately loves and cares for you. And it's never embarrassing to get help. So I would do all three of those things, but it's hard. It's hard. Now, I'm not an expert, and I know everyone probably says the same advice, but it genuinely helps, and it's genuinely the route that I took, um, to help myself before in the past. Yeah, no. If anyone else has any other opinions here, I'm happy. Like, we're open to hearing it. But I do know, like, the hardest challenge here is, like, people who have this just don't know how to stop or how to control themselves. If lust can control your life, you will never be able to control your success. That is true. How do you stop? Right? Therapy has helped out a lot. Yeah. And this is also the thing. Stop thinking this stuff is going to happen overnight. And also stop being in a rush. Stop thinking it's going to happen overnight, and stop being in a rush. You're not going to go to the gym or go to therapy and be like, okay, I've gone to 3 sessions and now I'm cured. Or I've gone to 3 sessions. Why is it not helping me? For me, and, like, you don't even, yeah, I did, through BetterHelp. Yeah, so mine, majority of the therapy I did was, during COVID, so it was online. um, but it took me, so I dealt with anxiety has probably been my biggest struggle in life. I used to have, like, panic attacks. I used to, like, have, like, deal with OCD, where I'd, like, pace for hours and hours and hours thinking about the same thing again and again and again. It, like, loop in my mind. Is a genuine condition. um, and it didn't take me 3 months, 6 months to get over it, right? And I wouldn't even say I got over it. I'd say that I went from, like, 100% to, like, a 5%, right? I still have bouts, experiences, but I know how to handle it now, so it doesn't impact my life. Um, it took me 3 to 5 years, and that's okay. There is no rush. It takes time. It takes time. You have to be, patient. Did you do the coyote? There was, like, 25 coyote ones, gang. It takes time. So be patient with yourself. Stop thinking this is going to happen overnight. Forgive yourself. Be patient with yourself. It might not feel like there's a solution at the end, a light at the end of the tunnel, which sounds cliche, but it is actually true. But there will be. But you gotta keep trying. You gotta be able to master all your emotions in order to obtain success. So if you really care about your future, you gotta understand what's right and wrong. Yeah, true. But yeah. I know you reacted to both of mine. Thank for the advice, channel. Yo, Suj, I'm sorry if my advice was asked. I'm so sorry if my advice was asked, bro. I'm just trying to relate it to my experiences, but I, like, obviously, like, everyone's experience is so unique, um, that, like, and I'm not an expert, so I really only can just go off what I've experienced. But there's obviously other people that have experienced more, have different experiences. It helped a lot, especially the first one. Okay, I'm glad to hear. If you ever want to talk, let me know. If you ever want to talk about anything, because I've literally gone through so many bouts in my life, so many. Yo, my cousin Brenda, bro, that girl that was here on stream the other day, that girl has gone through it, bro. She had 5 years of fucking me coming over to her house every morning and us going on walks for, like, 3 hours, and me repeating the same shit over and over again. She heard the same shit every single day. This was, like, peak anxiety, OCD, and breakups. Goddamn. I don't know how she handled it. That shit was fried. She was my neighbor? Oh, that's so funny. I did not know that. What the hell? Yeah. That's so funny. That's so random. That girl dealt with so much. Because me and Brenda are closer age, and then my younger brother and Jess are closer in age. So my younger brother and Jess were like best friends, and me and Brenda were like just like best friends. Yeah. Small ass world, yeah. That is, it is a small ass world. Brenda has such a, she does. She does. It's also Brenda. It's Brenda. This is how you say your name. It's not Brenda. That name just Tom Cruise for some reason. I have no idea why. Okay. Next. All right. 52. My relationship is going downhill because she always wants to hang out. This is mine, okay. And every time I say I have work or I'm busy, she blows up my phone thinking I'm cheating on her when I'm working or busy. 2, she keeps calling me when I'm sleeping or I have a rough day, and I tell her. She always says, "Okay, love you," and I say it back. She sends an angry face emoji. Well, that's why I feel like it's going downhill. Well, this sounds like a Cruz. I'm not sure how old you guys are, but in my opinion, well, it really depends, right? Because we don't have the full context here. Because I had a similar question come from someone before, right? They told me that their girlfriend always would get mad at them because they couldn't hang out. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, because they're working 2 jobs, right? And I'm like, yo, if you're working hard, right? She, one, has the right to be in a relationship where she gets to spend time with her significant other. That is perfectly fine from her. And if she feels like she's not getting that, then she has a right to break up. That being said, if you are working hard, and it's, you genuinely just have to support your family, whatever it might be, and she just blowing up her phone for absolutely no reason, then she's wrong. Um, but there's also men. And there was this guy that did this. He was like, I time how long I hang out with my girlfriend. So after my job, I allocate 20 minutes to hanging out with her, and then I go home and do my own thing. And she always complains, and I'm like, gang. First, you told me you were working too much. Now you're saying you time how long you hang out with your girlfriend. Like, which one is it, right? So I would say, are you genuinely spending enough time with her? Do you feel like you're being fair to her? If you are, and she genuinely, and you just have a regular job, and she is not supportive of that, and you're not like, then I would say that like this is not a healthy relationship, and you should reevaluate your relationship. That's what I think, in my opinion. The second part, this is just what happens in a relationship at that age, if I'm being honest. Okay, like she wants to talk to you, she wants attention. You might do this too, and so this is just her letting you know that she wanted to talk to you and you're not talking to her. But I think that if you genuinely feel that you give her enough time, you spend 3 hours on weekends with her. That's not bad. And because you're 18 and 20, and she's 20, like you probably don't have. I don't know if you have the means to go see her all the time. So, but maybe she wants a relationship where you can spend more time with her on the weekdays, right? If you're working all the time on your weekdays, maybe she feels like 3 hours is not enough. So at the end of the day, like I can't fault her for that. But if she thinks you're cheating on her, that's and you're not, um, then that's just toxic, and you should reevaluate that, because that's not fair to you. But she also has the right to feel like she wants to spend more time, and to be in a relationship where she can spend more time. But this sounds like it's more toxic because she's just accusing you of things. So I would have reevaluate your relationship, and whether she's the right person for you. You got to protect your peace and break up, because if you genuinely explained everything to her and answered all her doubts and questions and she still assumes you're cheating, then that's extremely toxic. Yes, I totally agree. Leo is also right. I was just trying to say it in a very nice way. I want to stream, but I have a chin in me. Okay, buddy. All right, gangy. All right, gangy. Okay, buddy. So how you feeling? I'm feeling good, brother. I'm feeling good, or sister. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Pull up to the Twitch. Come chill with us. Let's wrap it up. Thoughts on day trading? I think that day trading is very risky. I think that if you are going to do this, and I've seen this, you should trade on a fake account for over a year. Not 3 months, not 6 months. You might think you're better and smarter than everyone else. I promise you, you're not. Trade on fake accounts for over a year. Show that you can make consistent profit. Study all the books you can find. Trade fake money. And then maybe, just maybe, try. Because only 0.001% of people are actually good at this shit. Can this become more? Absolutely. That's up to you, game. What are the basic principles and requirements when looking for a partner? Brother, relationships are not a fucking book. Oh my god. Okay? Okay. Listen, the only thing I would say here is look for a good person. Alright? After that, after a good person, brother, you determine the type of person you want to be with. You want someone tall, you want someone short, you want someone that likes sports, you want someone that likes eating, you want someone that does XYZ. That is perfectly up to you. No book, no one can tell you what that is. You figure that out yourself. But, right? But, what you should do is look for someone that is a good person. Look for someone that is Kage raid. I don't even see the raid yet. Were you the shit in high school? Absolutely not. I do not speak. Yeah, there's no raid. What are you doing? All right. Anyways, yeah. The basic principles and requirements. Look for someone that's a good person. Look for someone that matches your values. You need someone that matches your values. I'll actually say this: compatibility comes from genuine. Like your values need to match to a significant extent if you're going to be in a compatible relationship with someone. You can be a great person. The other person can be a great person, but you can ultimately be incompatible if your values don't match, right? I might want to live my life in a certain way where I stream 20 hours a day, and that's my prerogative, right? Someone else might not want that. Our core value in terms of how we want to approach our life, the type of life we want to live, and how we spend our time is different. So then I might be incompatible with that person, but I could still be a great person. That can still be a great person. You know what I'm saying? So your values got to align, and ultimately look for a good person. That's all. Compatibility is everything. Compatibility is so important. Okay? I feel like streamers like Shaw changed after getting famous because I used to be a mod and now he barely acknowledges me. I think I know who this is. In my opinion, I know Shaw. He is one of the most interactive people with his chat. I have been in his chat. He is very, very interactive. I think that there's something probably on his mind when it comes to you. Maybe, there's an interaction that you guys had that did not go well. And I think you should have a conversation with him because me personally, I know Shaw. I mean, I don't know Shaw that well, but I've been in many of his streams. He is very, very community oriented. Very community oriented. So, yeah. So I'm cheating on my girl, and I know it's bad, but girls are fine as fuck. I don't know why I feel bad every time we do it, but then I get tempted. I need advice because I want to marry this girl. I need to stop cheating, lock in. Gang, break the fuck up. What the fuck? We're on the last 3. Yes, it is still going. We're on the last 3, but I will happily continue it for as long as people want to submit questions. Just break up, bro. What the fuck? What do you mean I need to stop cheating and marry this girl? Gang, you're going to be living a lie. What the fuck? Just break up. Move on. Work on yourself. Go to therapy. Become a better person. Be honest with your next partner. And then, hopefully, you can have a successful relationship. But you need to work on yourself, gang. So just break up. Respectfully cut your dick off. Oh, that's crazy. Get therapy. Work on yourself. Be single. What if I only have feelings for her and she doesn't have feelings for me in that way and she still wants to be friends with benefits? If If you're friends with benefits with someone and you have feelings for them, cut it off. Okay? It is not healthy because ultimately, you continuing it while you have feelings just means you're honestly you're hoping that something is going to come out of it where you guys become more than that, and most likely it will not. I'm not saying it never will. Most likely it will not. It genuinely will fuck with your mind more than it is worth it. And honestly, you have a higher chance of being in a relationship with a person if you leave because they might realize, oh shit, I miss you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is not healthy for you to be in a to be in a situationship with someone when they don't want more and you do. So I would say cut it off. My girl is getting kind of hefty, and I genuinely don't want to tell her, but I mean, it's gonna change her health, and it could affect her future. How do I tell her she needs to lose some weight without being an asshole, brother? I genuinely don't think it's that difficult. I get a girl. I don't know. Actually, that's not fair. Some girls will react differently than others. But I feel like if you guys are in if you're in a comfortable relationship with someone, you could tell them that, like, yo, I genuinely love you. I think you're beautiful. I think that our relationship is great, but we've been, we have been eating poorly, eating a lot, and I feel like it's affecting our health, and I can see it impacting your health. So I feel like we should go on a diet. I think we should go to the gym, work on it together. Exactly. So for example, I'll tell you this, okay? I used to go out a lot. I used to consume alcohol a lot, right? Which is bad. I don't condone it. When I said I wanted to make a change, or someone else identified, for example, if Tage identified that I want to make a change, okay? Or if there was a point where I was eating a lot and I was very unhealthy, all right, and my blood test came back horribly, Tage did not have to do any of this. But because we were together, she would offer, we will not go, I will skip all my parties if it means you are, you know, not near any alcohol and are not tempted. You know what I'm saying? I will go on a diet and I will go to the gym with you, even though I don't as much or I don't need to because I want to support you. Do it together. If you're together, I don't see a problem with doing it together. If Tage came to me and she wanted to do something, I will 100% support her in it, unless it's physically not possible. But if that's also not possible for you, I feel like if you're in a comfortable relationship enough, you can genuinely feel and make someone feel like they are loved, protected, and still deliver this message. It's hard, but um, yeah. But I think you genuinely should work on it together. Absolutely. That's how we approach it. Tage would do that for me in a heartbeat. So it sounds like you're very empathetic. You're empathetic, and if you're empathetic, you probably have the capability to support her, or at least to start an activity that you can do together. Girl left me to okay in GTA. I get what you're saying. It's just crazy, but hit me back up. Cut her off. Cut her off. You're tempted because you probably still have remaining feelings. Cut her off. Not healthy. Someone leaves you, they can do it again. If someone leaves you once, they can do it again. I'm not saying that relationships can't be repaired, but if someone has the ability to leave you once, they can do it again. That is a very important lesson that I learned, and my boy told me before it happened to me. And luckily, he told me because in the past, I've been able to say no as a result. So if someone can leave you once, they can do it again. So that's my opinion, but I'm not. There are obviously successful relationships that got back together and stuff. Any advice on how to keep things spicy in the bedroom? Been with my man for 4 years. It just gets boring now, and it is hurting our relationship. Out of respect for my wife being on this platform with me, I do not want to answer. But if someone in the chat wants to answer, please go ahead. All right. Getting vulnerable, but people kiting, for example, is them falling into the trap of natural instincts. Yeah, that is facts. Okay. Getting vulnerable, but I'm 29, never kissed a girl or had a girlfriend. I'm not ugly or antisocial, really, but I don't know. Any advice? I feel bad. I think I actually have. I know a couple people that are in their late 20s that may have never kissed a boy or had a boyfriend. They're not antisocial, but they just maybe they haven't put themselves out there, really cared for it, whatever it might be. I think stop giving yourself the pressure of having to have been intimate with someone by a certain age or at a certain time, because I'm telling you, if you keep telling yourself, "Oh fuck, I haven't kissed a girl, I haven't kissed a girl," it's gonna be so much harder to kiss a girl. That's number one. Stop caring. I know that's so hard, but just stop. Let it happen naturally. Two, you genuinely just need to put yourself out there, right? You're not ugly. You're not antisocial. Let me take something. Let's just say you were the most chopped person on planet Earth, okay? And I'm not saying there actually are, but let's just say hypothetically it's possible to be the most chopped person on planet Earth. I promise you there's someone there that's gonna kiss you. Okay? I don't know what yo, bro. I've seen, listen, like there's always someone for everyone, okay? Um, you just need to literally put yourself out there. Go on dates, not with the expectation of kissing someone, all right? Not with the expectation of having things happen. Let it happen naturally, but literally, like I always tell people, it's healthy to date. It is healthy to date. Um, when I was single, I would go on dates, like coffee dates with people, just to understand and learn that there's other people out there. There are so many personalities out there, and then I just start learning about how, like the different type of people that exist. In the same way, put yourself out there, go on dates, go to places where people might mingle, download the dating apps, talk to people, but all without expectations. And I promise you, something naturally might happen. If you're here in this chat, you're probably cool. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, Shiv, what's up, my dog? Doing a therapy segment. Where did you meet? Where do you meet women? Yo, you can meet them at like you can meet them at like you can join a club. Like I know a lot of my friends met girls at run clubs. Sporting, they play volleyball, badminton. If you don't do sports, um, find similar interests. Like go to places, join clubs, or go to events that have like similar interests to you. A lot of my friends play like Pokemon or Digimon, and they have like shops that they go to where they play in tournaments, and they've met women through that because they have similar interests. Like there's literally something for everything. For me personally, I didn't join any of those things, but I was on dating apps before. I didn't meet Tage through a dating app, but I met a lot of people and learned a lot about the different personalities that exist in this world, so that I can which helped me obviously find the right person for me. And that was through like Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, whatever it might be. Like there's many ways. Just don't add pressure. Add the pressure of expecting an outcome. I think that will just make shit harder for you. Just let it happen. How did I meet my girl? I slid in the DMs. I slid in the DMs, and because her friends were bored, they were all messaging me back, and they were trolling me. And then the next day, because they were at a party together, and they were like, "Yo, look at the Samuel man's DMing you." So they were trolling me, and then the next day I apologized, um, and then she started interviewing me. She was just like, "Okay, but like, did you know her?" I knew her through a mutual, but like we didn't really know each other. Like we had mutuals, but I didn't really know her. No, we just had mutuals. Um, People coyoteing, for example, is them falling into the trap. Oh yeah, we already saw that. I'm not found the word chopped or saying someone's. Oh no, absolutely, Leo. I was just. I don't think. I think it's completely wrong to say someone's chopped. So that's why I prefaced it by saying if it was possible and that was a real thing in this world. You know what I'm saying? Just because I wanted to give like the most ridiculous, like I just wanted to give like the most like severe scenario. But I totally agree with you. Events are mid. I mean, I know a lot of people that have met people through events or through clubs. I know a lot of people that met people through like similar interest clubs. My older brother met his wife through like a South Asian random club that he joined in Alberta, in fucking Alberta. My friend met someone through Digimon because they played Digimon together, or like he would go to Digimon tournaments, and he met a girl that likes Digimon, and they're super cool. I know my boy met his girl. Um, randomly when they were watching a basketball game at a bar, he just went up to her and started talking to her. Like, it's just let shit happen naturally. Like, just stop adding the pressure to yourself. Ooh, we're having more. Okay, guys, we have 2 more. We have 2 more to go. Okay, 2 more to go. Sometimes you just have to say hi. Why does mama actually have good advice? I don't. Listen, also, guys, a lot of the advice that I have comes from experiences I've seen other people have too. So I'm not saying some of the advice that I give, I can't even apply myself. Like, I'm never approaching a girl at a bar. I'm such a pussy gang. That's why I slid in the DMs and I got lucky. I'm being so honest. I'm such a pussy. You know what I'm saying? For the follow? But someone unfollowed me too, bro. Someone unfollowed me too. I'm a pussy too. I'm not approaching. Yeah, but look, listen. Like, there's someone for everyone. You just go up to the yo, bro, Kage. Yeah, I'll shake. Like, I'll start having a panic attack before that happens, gang. Every girl that has come into my life, outside of like sliding through an app, has been through me, either them approaching me, or like a friend like introducing, or like, you know, me just standing there looking sexy and they can't resist me. You feel me? Yeah, we stun them, yeah. Wisdom is learning from your own experiences, and greater wisdom is learning from others' experiences. Yeah. Yo, I took off pre-roll ads and we're at 43 viewers. Goddamn. Maybe I should have had this off the entire time. What's up, people? Hello. Say something. All right. Okay. Next, these are slowly going up. Say something. Okay. Do you believe in the concept of a break? Absolutely not. That being said, I know there's an anomaly. There are cases to everything. Okay. There are cases to everything. I know there are people that have taken breaks and successfully repaired their relationships. I'm thinking you're probably 1 in 100. Okay. I think it's probably 1 in 100, in my opinion. So, do you believe in the concept of a break and sometimes you need to go no contact from your significant other to fix issues? My significant other keeps suggesting this, but I don't feel like it's the right solution. In my opinion, most of the times you want to go on a break, and especially if someone says no contact, is probably because they want to explore and see what else is out there. That is my opinion, truly. All right. A break is usually an excuse to hook up with others or to explore other relationships. To no go no. 67 forms. Mama should do this shit way more often. I used to do this once every 2 weeks. I actually used to do this once every 2 weeks. And then I don't know why I stopped. I think I just tried to. I think I just started doing different content, and I kind of like. It's just got pushed back. The last time I did this was my 48-hour marathon, or giveaway-a-thon. Yeah. Well, I can do this like once a month, maybe. I think once a month might be a good cadence. Because we have like a lot. Like the last time, the people that asked the questions were completely different viewers. You know what I'm saying? Versus like now. So there's always new people that come in. At least I think like majority of the people asking. Ross and Rachel, yeah. But like if one person is pushing so hard for a break, that also is like a red flag in my opinion. Like if a break is even something viable to consider, it should be a mutual decision, not one person pushing so hard for it to happen. It should be 2 people coming together and be like, we need some time apart to just work on ourselves. I still don't believe in that. I think you should just break up and leave. That being said, if somehow this is going to work, it should be a mutual thing, not one person saying, hell no. Not one person saying it. So I don't believe in it. I think you should. This is a red flag, and you should reevaluate ever wanting to be with this person, most likely. That being said, there might be cases, you know what? You know your relationship better than me. Yeah. The only time I've seen this work is not when you have a break, but if you dated someone from like at a very young age like at 18, and then you reconnect when you're like 27 or 34. Like you genuinely were just too young at that time. You've both grown, had your own experiences, become the people you're supposed to be, and then you still somehow are compatible. Then yeah, sure. But this, like, I don't believe. Um, da, 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 da. Are we watching Gravity Falls tonight? Yeah, we could. Mama should do this way more often. I'm down. I'm down. Seems like the people like it. I always want to like create a safe space for people. Um, believe it or not, like the last time we did this, we had like 5 people jump on Discord and actually just talk openly. It was crazy. Um, yeah, this is not meant to be like, oh, I'm an expert. It's literally just meant to be an open space. And like I also really appreciate everyone that disagrees with me telling me that they disagree with me, because one thing I will never not admit that I'm wrong, and I'm open to debating, obviously respectfully, and I'll always admit when I'm wrong, because like, yo, if Tage was right here, she probably would have said half my opinions are bullshit and gave her opinion that was like better, and there's many chances that I would have disagreed with her. Okay, I'm telling you, I am telling you. Where's Tage? She's at volleyball. She got volleyball on Tuesdays. Just kidding. Listen, Kage. It's perfectly fine. You are the sage of 6 paths. You are very of Coyote. My bad. I will not disrespect your name again. You are very, very wise. You are very wise. Oh, with the concept of, yeah, Suj, but I don't think that's the case here because they're saying go no contact. They're saying go the word no contact. Oh my god. So back in my days when I would go through a breakup, I'd go to Reddit. Bro, do not go to Reddit after a breakup. It is a wormhole. You will get 500 million different experiences people had and a million different opinions, and it'll just make you spiral. But the word no contact would come up so often in Reddit, and so to me, no contact always means like you're broken off, yada yada yada. Yeah, to move on from each other, and a cop out. Yes. But if you're just like you need space because you had an argument or situation, that is totally different. I don't think like that to me, instead of a break, you should just use I need space. Space is different, right? There might have been something huge that happened, and you're just like, I just need a day or two to myself to think, or a couple days to like, you know, figure shit out. Fine. That is very different from this. This sounds like someone just wants to fucking. I'm trying to refrain myself from saying it, but you know what I mean. A relationship's built on communication, yeah. What if they say no contact in the moment, but it really means they need space? They should just communicate better. I'm being so dead ass. And yo, Suj, I'll be honest, like this at like when I was between 19 to 24, I experienced this so much. Like sometimes like the communication is just isn't going to be there, but what's worse is you trying to juggle and figure out exactly what they mean. You cannot figure it out unless they tell you straight up. You will not figure it out. If it really means just space, then clarify that with them. Try to clarify that with them. But no contact should not be used there. W Reddit paranoia. Yo, AK Poppy, what's up? What's up, my dog? How you doing? Space and no contact is two different things for sure, because that's completely opposite of a relationship. A relationship is built on communication. Absolutely. If you want to grow with someone, then you understand the mistakes and work together towards moving forward together. Absolutely. 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 Yeah, you cannot assume what they're thinking. That will lead you down to a rabbit hole, a huge rabbit hole, bro. A huge, huge, huge rabbit hole. It is not healthy. It's not healthy. Sorry, guys. I'm just responding to a message. Okay. Trust me, I've been through it. All right, guys. If anyone's new in the chat here, go to Google Docs. We're just having a conversation here. Feel free if you feel comfortable to open up. Or if you want to say something funny, that's fine too. But we're slowly, like it slowly keeps going up. So, and I appreciate that people are getting more comfortable. All right. And if you're new here, say hi. It's a fun community, okay? Inferno Squad, we're nice people here, and we have fun. Does religion overrule love? This is very, very political, I'd say. But I will answer it. In my opinion, no. For me and my beliefs, if I love someone, I'm gonna be with them no matter what. This is how I approach it. That being said, I totally understand people that respect their religion first, and feel that they need to live their life a certain way. And so if they come across someone that they love, they feel like they can't, because ultimately, I'll say this, right? I'll say this. If you feel that religion stops you from loving the person or prevents you from marrying someone that you love, you guys are not compatible to begin with because you have different values, right? Because you value your religion in a way that ultimately you cannot be with someone unless your religion allows it. So you guys are not compatible, because there can be a million people in this world that you are capable of loving, but ultimately you are not compatible with all. You don't need to be compatible with every single person you're capable of loving. But I think this is subjective. I genuinely don't know. Just in the way I live my life, I don't allow. I don't consider, like, if my I wouldn't let my religion overrule who I loved. But this is very hard. I don't think there's a wrong answer. But I know so many cases of situations where someone broke up with someone because they asked them to convert, because they felt that if I want to marry you, you have to be the same religion as me. Their parents told them that, which I think I don't agree with that. Like, if you're fine with it and your parents aren't, fuck. But anyways, yeah. Ultimately, I think you're just not compatible then. You are capable of loving more than one person in this world, gang. You are absolutely capable of loving more than one person in this world. But you're not going to be compatible with every single one of those people. So I think it comes down to a case of compatibility. But I wouldn't. Agreed exactly. Yo, my dog AK, what's up? But there are plenty of examples of mixed religion relationships I can name. Religion should never be a problem and should be a way to connect with each other and closer. Yeah, I know a lot of couples that are mixed religion. Because she tried to persuade him to convert. Yes, I know a couple people like that too. Ultimately, once again, you're not compatible. There's no way those two were in a relationship for a long time with two opposite values. Yo, Leo, you would be surprised, bro. People wait till the last minute, gang. I literally know couples that work together for 4, 7, 9 years because they can't leave each other. They feel like they can't leave each other because they genuinely love each other. But then when they get old enough and they're like, oh shit, we're at that age where it's like marriage or what? And they get to the crossroads, they break up because one person asked the other to convert. So then it's just like, fuck, why were we together? But it genuinely is just hard to leave someone. But it is stupid. I get it. It's stupid, but I am also understanding about how difficult it is to leave someone. And you kind of hope that, like, maybe something's going to work out. You kind of hope, but yeah. Yeah, no, you absolutely do. But it also happens a lot with, like, couples that start from way younger, from, like, a way younger age. Yeah, but I feel like with Hinduism too, I don't know if it's as strict religiously, in terms of, like, overruling who you can be with. I know it's difficult in a lot of other religions and stuff, and it's also how you practice it. But W Jen, I appreciate you. Jano, do you love me? AK, I love you a little too much. That my wife felt a little sus around me the other day still. Time for crash out. What? Can you convert for me? All right. I have some. Oh, I have some USD I need to cash. I didn't read that. See you tomorrow, Mama. Take care of you. Take care of yourself. I appreciate you, interrupter. You rest. You take care. I love you, Dad. When you date someone, if your intentions are not to marry, you simply shouldn't even be dating. Absolutely. Please make Coyote function, brother. I already gave you guys a Muttam function. I gave you guys so many different types of functions. I'm not doing the Coyote one. I can't. One, MT owns that. That's MT's. I don't want to steal off MT. Two, all right. I do not want to see Kias redeem that shit or use that shit. If your intentions are to marry, you should ask all these questions in the early stages. You can't wait till you get married to ask these questions. It just doesn't make sense. Facts. All of us. All right. I miss all the Coyote ones. What is your advice for that? No jokes. I said chop off your arm, gang. But genuinely, if that's the case, goddamn. Break your phone. Lock your laptop, your desktop. Go to a therapist. Go to a therapist. That's what I would recommend. Yo, Arush, good night, man. Good night. I appreciate you, man. What does mutta mean? Mutta means kiss. But muttam is also done in a very loving way by parents. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Ani Iyengar with the 5 gifted! Oh my god, yo, guys. At the end of the segment, I got y'all with the dance, okay? I appreciate it. The 5 gifted. Yo, Cap, that is crazy. How the fuck did you just do that shit? What the fuck? But yo, Ani, I appreciate the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. I love you, dog. W segment, I appreciate you. Yeah, Elon Iyengar for real. For real, brother. For real. W motherfucking guy. Yo, Kavisha, yo, Cap, you have been in. This guy wasn't even infected. Like in the last week, this guy like fell into the infection. Like something overcame him. That shit like took over his body, gang. I swear Cap was not infected at all. Now this guy's like diving in. Holy. That was wild. But yo, Ani, I appreciate you, man. At the end of this, we'll do a little dance. Alright. But yeah, for this, I get a therapist, gang. I'd lock my phone. I'd block all the sites. I'd lock my desktop. I'd distract yourself, go to the gym. Get your mind off the shit. I would really love to say about 100% you don't want to hear it. Yeah. Probably not. No, I probably know what you're gonna say. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I get it. I totally get it. Bro did an IRL Coyote comment. Okay. Oh my god, brother. I'll watch this right after. Okay, next question. Next question. I don't know if you saw the clip. I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch it right after. Yo, Cruz, good night, man. I appreciate you being here. This was a good day for you, Cruz. Thank you. Alright. Next. I will be in tomorrow. Thank you, man. My girlfriend of 3.5 years just broke up with me, and I thought she was the one because everything was perfect. Before her, everyone felt like a waste, and I gave up trying. But after meeting her, it made me think otherwise, so now I feel confused. Listen, it is the same process that may happen to you time and time again. Unfortunately, this might not be your first heartbreak, it might not be your second, it might not be your third, it might not be your fourth. Okay? It can happen, unfortunately, 5 more times, gang. I'm just saying. Okay? What you'll realize is that there are so many women, men in this world. It feels difficult at the start, but yo, I'm telling you, gang, go out and meet people. It doesn't mean you're moving on. You might still have feelings. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. People might think that you're, oh my god, look at him. This guy just broke up. XYZ. He's already talking to other women. I'm telling you, the best thing to do is to talk to other women. I'm not saying go and start a friends with benefits relationship. I'm not saying go be a hoe. I'm saying just meet people. Date. Go on a date. Talk to them. Meet someone that likes reading books. Meet someone that likes working out. Meet someone that likes swimming. Meet someone that likes traveling. Just meet people. the best thing it'll do is just be like, oh shit, that person was actually really nice. Oh shit, this person was actually really interesting. Oh shit, this person was actually creative. Oh shit, this. And then you realize there's so many people in this world. That one person is not going to define your future. Okay? I experienced this in real time. I didn't do this in my first breakup. My first breakup, or like whatever it was, one of my relationships, I was like, oh my god, what do I do? And I was literally in a circle for like 6 months. One of my other relationships, I broke up and I just went on dates for fun to learn about people. And I was like, I got over way quicker because I'm like, damn, there's a lot of cool people in this world. There's a lot of cool people in this world. So that's my advice, but there's probably other ways you can get through this. Didn't realize this is all relationship therapy. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are going through shit. You feel me? A lot of guys going through this shit. It's so much easier to get over someone when I just talk to other people. Not even for the reasons of like pursuing a relationship with them. How do you deal with the balance of family life versus work life? I'm still figuring it out, if I'm being completely transparent. I'm still figuring it out because it is difficult. It is difficult, right? You should be giving time to your. Oh, there's an ad. All right, guys, there's an ad running. I'm sorry, I took off pre-roll ads, so I have to run ads once every hour. I will continue this in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, okay? All right, we will continue. I'm actually going to go to the bathroom real quick, but I'll answer this in a second. No, I'm not. I'm literally waiting till the ad ends. Sorry, guys. This happens once an hour. Just so new viewers can come in without pre-roll ads. I don't know what the best setting is. Honestly, I'll talk to some other streamers. Maybe 1.5 minutes every half hour is better. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. Sorry about the little ad. You feel me? My bad. Yeah. Okay. How do you deal with balance of family life versus work life? Honestly, this is very difficult. I'm still figuring it out because I work a lot, and obviously I have streaming mixed in, and then I have obviously I'm married, so I have time to spend with my wife. I got my family. I have a lot of cousins, so it is difficult. Honestly, it's just choosing what's important to you and your priorities and having those conversations. For example, with my friends, they know that I'm busy now. I used to hang out with them 3 times a week. Now it's once a week, once every 2 weeks, right? Again, like it's just prioritizing different areas of your life. I used to go to the gym 5 times a week. I go when I outside of this marathon 3 times a week, and I adjusted my workout so I can have more time for that. Um, with work, I literally went to my work. I still go to my work today, and I'm like, I'm working 12 to 14 hours a day. You need to reduce my load, um, and we're slowly bringing it down, or I'll find a new job, right? Um, with your family life, instead, like I think one thing that could happen that isn't necessarily healthy is you could lose sight of what's important to you while you're doing these things without realizing and start deprioritizing those things. So it's having intentional conversations to ensure that you have that time. So it's like, okay, if you're married, Sundays we're going on a date. Friday we're hanging out. Yada yada yada. Making sure you're having those conversations. I'm gonna go see my parents every week, every 2 weeks, whatever it might be. Making sure those things do not get pushed or adjusted, or like ensuring that that happens consistently, regardless of what you got going on. And like maybe it's not realistic, maybe it's hard, but I think you just gotta prioritize, you gotta sacrifice, and you have to have certain conversations. That's what I think. That is what I think. All right, two more. Two more, and we are done. Okay. I work in a very public job where I interact with um, a lot of people my age, mostly girls, and I'll be real, some of them are very pretty. My girlfriend met me while I was working, and I will never pursue anything other than her, but I can tell she finds my job very threatening because of my exposure amongst girls and how many of them come up to me to get my socials. I feel bad doing my job because of the way I conduct myself enables girls to come to me, but it's one of the reasons I am good at it. We've talked about it a lot, and I've reassured her, but it's one of those things where I know it keeps bugging her. I don't know how to proceed without hurting her, causing her to overthink further. This one's hard, but in my opinion, if you genuinely have no poor intentions, you are not crossing any boundaries, you're being a good guy, and this is just a result of your work environment, and you've taken the time to communicate to her, you let her know when anything happens that might be weird, not that you're conducting, but the other girls are doing. I think me personally, I think you've taken all the steps, and it's now on her to be to try to work on it. And I don't know what that looks like, what the answer is for that, because I haven't been on the other side. But it sounds like you're taking all the right steps and you don't have any ill intent. It doesn't sound like he's not in love with her. I think he's 100% in love with her. I think he's just saying he has done everything he can to reassure her. Um, because there's going to be handsome men and pretty women everywhere you go, right? Like we're human. I will notice that. I might watch a movie and be like, that's a pretty actress, or that's a handsome man. Like that's normal. But so in this, it sounds like he's just acknowledging that there are attractive people, but he's not doing anything. And he's reassuring his girlfriend, but she still feels bad. So at the end of the day, if you have no intent and you feel like you've taken all the steps, then in my opinion, it's on her to either make a decision of whether or not she wants to be in a relationship where this person is in that field, or to try to feel more secure about it. I'm not blaming her. I'm not blaming him. That's just how I feel about it. But you guys can let me know if I'm wrong, or you feel like I'm wrong. Yeah, you could leave for a different opportunity. You could, but maybe this is a very lucrative opportunity that's like really good for you and aligned with your career and your passion. But yeah, of course, changing your jobs could be one thing. It could be. It absolutely could be. Bro said people his age. That wouldn't be retail, maybe. I mean, I work at a startup, um, and there are people my age, but I also have worked at a startup where there were people that were 40s when I was in my 20s. So I think it can be, but very public job. Yeah, this sounds like retail. If it's retail, you can probably change jobs. Yeah, you know what? If it is retail, you probably could change jobs for the sake of your girl. But if it's something like you're in a different situation, then my answer, in my opinion, still persists. But if it's something like you're working at a clothing store, just find another clothing store. Just find another place. I don't know. I don't understand why this should be hurting her. You should fully trust your partner. I think you can trust them and still feel a little insecure. But I totally agree. If you do fully trust them, then you shouldn't worry. But you can feel a little jealous, a little insecure, even though you know your partner's not doing anything. I feel like that's human nature. Like it comes up, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that you don't trust your partner. Makes it so you can barely just still trust your partner, obviously. Yeah. I feel like you can fully trust, but still feel like a little insecure. That being said, if you truly trust your partner, though, that the amount that you feel insecure will be a lot less. Yeah, if she's having trust issues, if she's having trust issues, yeah. What's your motivation for working as hard as you do at your company? Do you feel the company's gonna get there someday? Honestly, Ani, at the start, I did. At the start, I did. That's why I work as hard as I do because I feel like, especially with startups, you have so much more of an impact. Um, you become such a core integral piece, whereas with larger companies, you don't. You're like one small piece of the puzzle. There isn't as much opportunity. There's a lot less risk, maybe. Actually, that's not true because huge companies lay off people all the time. But let's just say that there's a lot less risk, hypothetically. Um, and for this, I feel like I'm an important piece. I make an impact, and there's also a lot more opportunity for me to excel and grow in that career because I'm such an important building block. That being said, um, I've also run into the situation where it's like I don't. You're like, okay, the company's gonna get there now. It's like, oh, I don't know if they're gonna get there, but I'm so important, and I've grown so much in this place. Is it smart for me to leave? Oh no, the market is so shit. Is it smart for me to leave? But I've been working so hard and I've given so much that if I do any less, they're gonna be like, what the hell's going on? Because they have such high expectations. So it's like, I don't know, bro. Ramanan's watching React right now. What do you mean Ramanan's watching React? Oh, like do I react? Like do I say something? Like I know what you guys are talking about, but do I say something? Oh yeah, okay, yo, my brother. All right, guys, sorry, real quick, okay? My brother. Wait, can I say who he is in the chat? Can I say his username? Either way, brother, my brother just got engaged, guys, today. He proposed to his girlfriend. All right, we are so happy. I am so happy. Okay, we've been waiting, gang. What took so long? Now I'm playing. Well, listen, they're the cutest couple in the world. Congrats to you guys. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Listen, Ramanan, he said your name in the chat, Ramanan. I love you, man. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for your now fiance. You are an amazing person. Okay, you guys are the cutest couple ever. Um, both of you have been such incredible friends to my wife, Tejasvi. Um, your wife has been a rock for her and a great friend. Oh my god, who's calling me? Oh, he's calling me. Oh shit, he's calling me. Okay, guys, wait. Guys, the mic. Oh shit. Yo, wait, I'm on stream. You want me to mute? Hello, congratulations! Huh?
Why'd you link my gubby on stream?
Because they said it. Overpowered Banana said it. But yo, congratulations, yo! I'm so happy for you guys. Oh my god, where's the fiance? Where's the fiance? Congrats! Can I see? Can I see? Oh shit, that's so nice. That's so nice. Wait, let me see again. I only got like 1 second. I'm not showing the stream. That is so nice. That is so nice. Okay. Great job. Great job. Great job.
Can you do a spike challenge to celebrate?
Yes.
Spike challenge.
Yes, I will do
Right,
it.
wait till I get home. Wait till I get home. Gotta do it on stream.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay.
You have an hour to prepare.
Okay, okay, fine. Should I say your username or not?
You can say it.
Okay, okay. All right.
They may know me as Jano Excel.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Oh wait, you're on. You're not muted. Fuck. The stream can hear. Anyways.
That's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
okay. I just forgot. My bad. Okay. All right. Love you, man. Yeah, love you too, Janisha. Congrats, guys. See ya. Oh my god, I just said her name. My bad. My bad. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Okay, bye. All right, bye. All right. W leaks. Yeah, guys, that was War, aka XL Jano. He just got engaged to his girl. That was War, aka XL Jano. He is in the chat. He's the one who redeemed the Spice Challenge earlier. You feel me? So yeah, that was War 2594 or whatever. XL Jano that you guys saw on stream. Yeah. He just got engaged. Both of them are my wife's friends. Yeah, and they're both amazing friends. And now my friends, my very good friends as well. They're both incredible people. But yeah. It wasn't you that leaked his name? Yeah, I know, but still. W's. W War. Congrats, Jano's brother. Yes, XL Jano. That is XL Jano. XL Jano. My dog, XL Jano. But yes, he is now engaged. I'm so happy. I'm so excited too, man. Yo, that guy. I can't wait to dance. Yo, he loves Tamil songs. He loves Tamil songs. I mean, he's Tamil. But he loves dancing to Tamil songs. So I can't wait for his reception, gang. He's gonna have the best song choices. Or he's gonna have, oh my god, there's so many songs he loves that I love dancing to. So I can't wait for it. No, he's not my brother. They just call him XL Jano because there was a stream where he came. Yeah, he came on the 48-hour stream. There was a stream where he came, and everyone just started calling him XL Jano. He's not my actual brother, but he is my brother. I missed out what happened. One of my friends got engaged, proposed to his girl, who's also my friend. So yeah, I just said congrats. He's also a member of this chat. His name is War, War25498 or something. Yeah. So yeah, congratulations, my dog. W's. Yeah. Him, yes. Him. Him. The one that keeps redeeming Spice Challenges and making me cry on stream. Yes, that is my boy. That is my boy. He's also the one that blatantly just talks shit directly to me because he knows me well. That's why that's why every time I say no to the Spice Challenge, he cusses me out. Overpowered bananas got you yelled at? Yeah, gang. Come on, man. This guy fully said both their gubbies. Overpowered bananas, you fully typed all their gubbies out here. Motherfucker. Alright. Anyways. But yeah, I'm so excited for them, man. I'm so excited for them. They're such a cute couple. They are such a cute couple. I can't say their story, but their story's great. My bad. Whoops. Alright, there was nothing crazy. Whoops, my bad. Bro, lock in. Yeah. My bad. Whoops. I'm leaking too much. But yeah, there was nothing bad there. Are you gonna leak my pig snacks? Alright, my bad. At this point, end stream. Nah, chill. Chill out. Alright, continuing. You really are an uncle. I am, gang. I absolutely am. Okay. We got 2 more. There was nothing crazy on there, but you guys probably saw my WhatsApp groups, but there's nothing crazy. All right, 2 more. Moving. Oh, 3 more. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but my girlfriend, her name is it's Mtisha. She's been kayaking all day and always talking about. Gang, what the fuck? Should I break? Okay. My girl wants to coyote me, but I'm a lone warrior. How do I tell her I'm a alpha wolf? Okay, brother, this is really how we're ending it? Okay. Alright, this seems like a real one. Not really looking for advice, but just needed to get it off my chest. Recently, someone jumped back into my life. We talked, and jumped back into my life. Okay. We talked before, and there was a spark. My own insecurities caused me to self-sabotage. And that was then. They came back. Okay, wait. So, recently someone jumped back into my life. We talked before, and there was a spark, and my own insecurities caused me to self-sabotage. That was then. They came back, but the roles were reversed this time. It ended a lot cleaner than before, but since nothing ever got to the point of dating, I've been hiding. Just how deep it affected me. It came out of nowhere, this intense sadness, and all I've been doing is sitting in it. Both times we liked each other and took turns in ruining it. We talked before, there was a spark, my own security, and... So you're saying they came back to your life after each of you... Because Unk is bitching. Listen, I damaged my body too much. So basically the first time, you self-sabotage, you guys broke up, or you guys never really dated, but like you guys stopped talking. The second time, she self-sabotaged, or he, and then now they came back a third time, gang. Honestly, if you're going back and forth like this multiple times, it doesn't matter if you self-sabotage or they self-sabotage. You guys clearly are not ready for a relationship, and you probably shouldn't be together. It doesn't need to be that hard. One lesson I've learned is that relationships do not need to be this difficult. Relationships shouldn't be this difficult. If it is, you're probably in the wrong relationship. Okay? So I would say, actually, you're not really looking for advice, but you can, okay, fine. You can imply what I mean through my opinion. That is just my opinion. But I will acknowledge that it's very, very hard. By my opinion, you can probably figure it out. Abby, what's up? What's up, my dog? But yeah, we are at question 72 of 72. Yeah, we can run Fortnite. Let me just eat quick dinner, but we can run it. Question 72 of 72. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. This was a W-ass segment. So much activity, so many responses, so many questions, so many people that opened up. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And yeah, I think I will be doing this at least once a month. So thank you guys. WWW Therapy with Jenna Mama. W segment, I appreciate y'all guys. We love you, gang. Thank you, bro. Thank you. W segment, I appreciate you, man. Sexy segment. Let me react to it 1 second, guys, okay? I'm just gonna stop and start stream so I can have that, I can turn off that VOD, the last VOD. Okay? I'm just gonna stop and start stream for like 5 seconds, and then we'll start fresh. Okay? So just hold for like, actually like 15 seconds, okay? Alright.